Ramy, calling in from the Netherlands at 3 p.m. How has your day been so far?
It's been great, man. It's nice to meet you. We're doing good at this side. It's a bit rainy weather, but it's no problem for us. We're just doing business as usual. Yeah.
Okay. Could you just give a brief rundown of your day? Just what's happened so far?
Yeah. So far, I had a lot of client meetings actually today. We started out this morning around 9 p.m. and then we just started to do Zoom calls with the team. I have a digital agency where we make websites for our clients of ours. So we always start the Monday fresh with a team meeting to get everyone on schedule. And
Nice.
after that, I did some client meetings and sales calls.
Yeah.
And now in
And
the
how long
field,
have you had that company or business or
my
agency?
company has been around for around 3 years. Yeah,
3 years. And when did you join the real world?
joined the real world exactly a year ago.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So since then, how has your company scaled? How has the real world helped your company scale?
yeah. The real world has helped in a lot of different ways. I can say it really did help on the personal side as well as for business because those two usually go hand in hand. If you go well in personal life, the business goes well with it. It's just how life works. So you can also see that inside of the real world, you have a community, and that is also really motivating because you see wins and everyone winning every day. So it motivates you to also win. Because if you're not winning, then you'll be left out, and you say, okay, what am I doing wrong? Because if other people can do the same, achieve the same results, you can also do that. So that's
Mhm.
really one part of it. But the other part was mindset and focus. They have a really good formula to how business works in general in multiple niches and markets. And if you just apply that with real focus, then you will get results immediately. So that's how it works.
Okay. And what about in terms of figures? How has it helped your company scale since joining?
Definitely, it helped. We did around 4K roughly a month with the web design agency, and then we applied some of the principles that are taught in the real world, like real focus and marketing efforts, and we just applied that, and now we're around 12K a month.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
yeah.
So,
Thank you.
what campus contributed most and which lessons from that campus?
The personal finance was a good one, and the real campus that really helped us was the freelance campus, the freelancing. Um, those campuses really helped us to move forward in the agency.
Okay. So, specifically, what lessons come to mind when you recall personal finance and freelancing helping?
Consistency, man. A really big thing in this business industry is that you have to be consistent with it. Maybe the first month you don't see results when applying new tactics, but the thing is, the tactics do work, but they need time to really get to the point where you really can see the results. So I would say you need a lot of focus and patience as well, knowing that you're on the right track and just going forward with it. And what helped us the most was really the marketing and the communication, the business principles. What is your client? Who are you serving? And how are you going to help your clients get results in this agency? And you need to tell the people and tell the world that you are the best in your industry. And that's a real big part of it. So if you can achieve that, then you have no problem doing business.
Okay. Very nice. So, how different have those lessons been for you compared to what's out there on the internet?
That's a really good question because the lessons itself you can find, you can experience it yourself as well, but it takes a long while. You can achieve those results without the real world. For example, you can, but it really takes a long time for you to get there. And why would you, yeah, waste your time doing it yourself? You can just have coaches that can help you with the process and just guide you there easier and faster. So it
Mhm.
really helps you. The
And a bit
lessons on the
more on
internet.
those coaches, how they have helped you and about
Yeah,
them.
because there's a lot. The internet is cluttered with a lot of information, right? So you have a lot of people that are saying this thing is right or that thing is right, but which of those is right? You have to test, you have to experiment. But with the coaches, they really say this is the right formula and principle, and they teach you that, and you just have to listen and yeah, apply it, and then you will get the results. So that's the real benefit of the real world, I would say.
Yeah. So, how has your average day changed now compared to before you joined the real world?
Average day in terms of motivation and habits, they're right in place. It's just consistency from there on. Like when I joined the real world, it was just listening to the coaches, seeing what their mindset was like, and just applying the same efforts day in day out. and that's really what it achieved for us. Before it was more chaotic, like it was more all over the place. You were doing you was thinking this was the right thing to do or focus on, but then in the end you will see it wasn't at that time the right thing to focus on. So it's really in terms of mindset and focus where, yeah, where do you need to work on and what do you need to fix. Also, and that's what it really does for us.
You say for us, but I'm wondering for you on a personal level as well. Is there
Yeah,
any
when I say for
milestone?
us, it's like me and my partner. I'm doing business with me and my companion in a business. So I always talk in a we form, you know. But it's
Yeah.
like we do the same tactics. We apply the same principles that are teach in the real world.
And which one of you actually discovered the real world and then joined it first?
Yeah, I was the one that discovered it. Yeah.
Okay. So what was the experience there? What were you expecting before going in, and maybe how different was it from your expectations after joining?
Like what I expected from the real world was the community side of it. I was like, okay, all those people that are into this community must have the same ambitions in life and the same principles in terms of business and money and personal finance, like that. So I was like, okay, it's a really motivating place to be, and it's just the right one, and one of the best one in the world, communities in the world. I think I can say for sure.
And
Yeah.
what would you say was the biggest challenge you faced when first implementing the lessons learned within the real world?
I think focus was also a big part of it because you have a lot of campuses and a lot of distractions. So you really need to know for sure which side to take on and which way to go. So you just choose a direction because every direction works and every business campus can work because you have a lot of different things that you can do. You have freelancing, you have e-commerce, you also have investing, crypto, etc. So you can do a lot of things inside of it. And there's a way, yeah, there's just so many information out there. So you have to choose carefully which way to go and just go all in with it and just then you will see the results. So that was also a problem for me because I'm a bit of distracted. I like everything because there's a lot of good things on the internet and a lot of things you can skill. So but you can do it all but not at the same time, and you have to know that.
Cool. Okay. So where do you see things going for you in, let's say, 6 months to 1 year? Like, what do you plan on implementing next? And yeah, just life in general.
Yeah, that's a great question, man. Right now, we're just focusing on the cash flow machine, so like the marketing machine of it, of our business, and to maximize that part of it and our efforts inside of it, to have better marketing strategies as well, to double down on what already works and just going full focus with it. Just scaling our knowledge and going to crypto as well. That's a nice step to make because now you have cash flow. What's the next thing to do with it, and how can you increase that? So want to invest as well. Yeah.
Okay, very cool. So yeah, have cash flow and now multiplying that cash flow through crypto. Have you looked at any of the
Yeah.
crypto lessons yet or not yet?
A bit. Yeah, a bit.
Do you plan on following Adam's signals or learning it for yourself?
I think we will start with the signaling just to get into it, and then we'll go apply the lessons itself and just see what works. But I think it's great to start with signaling to just get your hands on it.
What would you say have been the three biggest lessons you've learned from your time within the real world? If it's some things you've said before, feel free to reiterate.
Great, man. I would say focus is one of the big parts. You learn to focus on things that work. Second thing was like applying consistency. That's also a great one. So focus the first one, consistency second. And third thing was just I think, let's say, motivation, man. It will really motivate you and it gives you that inspiring touch with every day you live.
So, a bit of a different question now. What kind of an impact would you say Tate has had on you personally?
I think a confirming belief system because I already had the beliefs that Tate has, but Tate was really like a good role model for it and like a good example of why it works, and that a lot of other people also believe the same thing. So and he really brings those people together, and I think that's really nice.
What about the partner you do business with, your business
Yeah,
partner? Is
yeah.
he supportive of Tate? Has he had a good experience with the real world? What have you seen from his end?
Yeah, he has a really interesting take on it as well. Because first he didn't really like Tate because he had a different perspective. But after I showed him some videos, showed him more context, then he really started understanding it as well. And now can he can see the meaning behind it and see why the things are the things they are. So like he started to think the same as well. Yeah.
Okay,
It
cool.
also has a really positive impact, and he can see the benefits of it. So yeah.
So going back to the real world now, why do you think they charge $50 for all the value they provide?
First of all, they charge you an amount to see if you're disciplined as well, because you people pay the money, they take action on it more. They're more inclined to take action on it, and free products don't get consumed as well. So that's the first reason why you need to pay for value, because it is value in the end. The amount, it's pretty cheap, so it's really still a no brainer to go to join.
Okay. So again, I'd like to go a bit more personally now. Why did you decide to start a graphic design agency or company? What was the catalyst there?
Yeah, I already had some skills in creating websites, but before I was in e-commerce and I created my own e-commerce website, then I started getting a lot of questions from the market, from people like, how did you make that site, the e-commerce website? And then I was like, okay, people are really asking me to design their website. So that was really when I saw opportunity and just took on with it. Yeah, it was like a no-brainer for me because I had some requests freelancing here and there. So I thought, okay, let's do the freelancing campus as well, and then focus down on the mastering web design. I
Mhm.
wouldn't recommend it for everyone because there are a lot of other cool markets and good potential. But I was already doing it, and I was one of the first, so I can really master and double down on it, and I know that for sure. So
Makes sense. So you
yeah,
would have started on your own or with your business partner. So how have things scaled for you in terms of building up your team and any
yeah.
other logistics?
Yeah, well, right now we're building up our team. We have a small team of like 4 people, a few contractors here and there, but we really want like consistent members that are more local, so we can communicate more easily with each other and get on with things.
Okay. Cool. I mean, that's all my questions then. I have one more before we end off.
Awesome.
For people who are thinking for $50 that the real world might be a scam, what
Yeah,
advice would you have to them?
it isn't a scam. I can say for sure because the value is there. It's just for you to apply it and just take action with it. If you say it's a scam, yeah, it just isn't really a good statement to make because it's just you versus yourself, and you just have to take yeah, you have to take the information in, consume it, and just apply it, and then it will work. That's it.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah,
So thank you for your time, Ramy. And I look forward to doing a follow up in the future, potentially in, let's say, 3 months or so to see how things have scaled for you. And until
awesome.
then,
Yeah,
I wish you all the best.
will be cool, man, to do a follow up. Definitely. Thank you for your time as well.